Hello, friends. How are you? Happy Monday. I feel like I've been away forever. So I'm super excited to be back and reconnecting with you and my clients. For those of you who maybe did not know, I stepped away a couple weeks ago and had some surgery that was supposed to be, of course, simple and straightforward and not have any complications. And it was none of those things. So I ended up having to take a lot more downtime than I had anticipated, but I'm doing much, much better. And I'm excited to be back with you, and thank you for all the well wishes and all the messages everybody sent and the emails everybody sent. It was just really thoughtful, and I so appreciated it because the healing process was a little more frustrating and challenging than I anticipated. So thank you so much. Nice to see you. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Amy. Thank you guys for joining. So I'm going to real quick just go over and share this into my group so my friends over there don't miss it. So bear with me one second. And then we're going to be diving into what I love this phrase so much. My Christian friends call this having a come into Jesus moment. And it is, I just love, love that phrase. And we're going to be having one real quick. So let me just go over, and I cannot seem to find it. So bear with me one second. Oh, there we go. Awesome. It's finally showing up. Okay, awesome. So if you are a coach, or if you are, hey, Tony, how are you? If you are a coach, or if you are somebody who doesn't necessarily call themselves a coach, but coaches people. So we're talking in the realm of business or career or anything to do with transformation in life. So life coaching, health and wellness, spirituality, relationships, any of those things, then this really is for you. I've had a lot of my friends in sort of the business coaching arena say, I don't really call myself a coach, but I know that that's what I really do with people. So if you don't call yourself a coach, or you're not a certified coach, this is still for you. So I'm going to be going into this way deep on the in the Thursday Throwdown this Thursday, way deeper into the content. But basically, here's the deal. So before I stepped into the coaching arena, most of you know that I was a clinical social worker, a licensed psychotherapist for 2 decades, which means I went through years of education and thousands of hours of practice and hundreds of supervised hours and hundreds of hours of continuing education practice and licensure exams. And I mean, I went through a lot to be able to step forward and really help people co-create healing and transformation. So when I transitioned over to the coaching space, I intellectually knew, like, this is a relatively unregulated space, not like being a psychotherapist, which is highly regulated. But, you know, I made a big mistake. I made a big assumption that people in this professional field would, for the most part, be practicing ethically. And I have been absolutely astounded by the level of unethical coaching practice that goes on. And one of the ways that it has kind of smacked me upside the head is that I get a lot of clients who come to me and they say, and they tell me horror stories of how they've literally been damaged emotionally, psychologically, mentally, and financially by experts who claim to be experts, but who really are just experts at marketing themselves. I've seen this over and over and over in the online space. People who are really, really good at positioning, at messaging, and at marketing. And then when it's time to actually do the coaching, they lack a level of skill mastery that matches the mastery of their marketing. And so if you're a coach or somebody who does coaching but doesn't necessarily call herself a coach, this is the come into Jesus I want you to have today. This is the reframe. This is the point of self-awareness that I really invite you to lean in today. As far as I'm concerned, there are 3 questions that we professional business owners who act as coaches need to be asking, and there is a very specific order they need to be asked in. And I think they are currently, for the most part, being asked backwards. So most of the coaches that I run into ask this question first instead of third. And that question is, how do I make money being a coach? As far as I'm concerned, that's the last question you should ask. And by last, I certainly do not mean it's not important. I have a business, I run a business. If you don't make money, it's not a business, it's an expensive hobby, right? It's a really important question. But what I'm getting at here is not enough coaches are leading their practice and leading and up-leveling the coaching industry by asking 2 other questions before they ask, how do I make money? The first question is this, and this is what I led with in my psychotherapy practice for 20 years. How do I ensure I do no harm? I don't see this conversation happening anywhere. I don't hear coaches talking about it. I don't hear coaches offering solutions to it. What I hear are a lot of people who have been damaged, harmed, wronged, most times by very, very well-meaning coaches who have not been taught properly how you build an ethical coaching business. So that's question number 1. How do I lead this business? How do I co-create results and transformation and breakthroughs and improvements with my clients by first doing no harm? The second question, which sounds the same but isn't, is how do I create client-driven results? That's separate from how do I not hurt people. I'm seeing too many coaches not have the kind of training they need in order to keep what they think and what they want separate from what the client wants. Now, look, I get this. This is hard. I studied for 2 solid years. And like I said, hundreds and hundreds of hours of being supervised by an expert to help me separate my stuff from my client's stuff. What I'm telling you is a 3-month or a 6-month coaching certification program is not going to teach you how to master that. It may introduce you to that, but it's not going to teach you how to master it, right? So it is really, really important that every client comes to you and you honor self-determination. This is something I'm going to be going into on Thursday. And then also in about a week, I'm going to be opening the doors to a brand new opportunity. I never thought that this business would lead me to this place, but I'm going to be inviting coaches who are interested in ethical practice, skill mastery, and community to join me. But the question is, how do I co-create results with and for my clients that are driven by them, not by me? And that is a limits and boundaries issue. It's a self-awareness issue. And it's an issue of having the skill to be able to hold space for a client to determine for themselves what they want. Sometimes we look at them